Hey, everybody, look at the screen, look at the screen. Look at this horrible excuse for a human being. He has a jumpsuit on, and there's a reason why. Shout out to K Sunshine who sent me this. Thank you very, very much. And I did see this. Just Dusties, keep on taking the L's, and you wonder why no one's trying to invest in you. You wonder why no one's trying to invest in the dust bucket. You're the reason why. So I want you to take a look at this clip. Of course, it would be a dust bucket committing crimes against women. Not uncommon in the community. And I hate to say this. This is a totally different video that's upcoming. You want to talk about gentrification and how that has an adverse effect on the community? Hate to tell you this, and it's not geared toward the positive black men that aren't destroying. But this on the screen is the reason why you is a part of, in my opinion, the process. Gentrification, when you have a lot of crimes going on, a lot of kids running wild, crimes, property value just deteriorates. Cars parked on the yard. That car will be clean. Let's check out how that yard is. Dusty will keep that car clean. That's his main asset. Let's see how that yard is. Is the lawn mowed? Is it edged? Is it kept? Is it trash everywhere? But that car is clean. He commit a lot of crimes. His offspring commit a lot of crimes. That's what brings down the property value. Our people don't know it. All they want to see is, oh, here come those white folks with all that money. But you help. Because no one's really going to really want to buy it. People want to buy at a cheap price. So when you have crime, derelict behavior, okay, when it's destroyed, that makes it cheaper. Who's going to want to buy a beat up old car for the same price when they can buy one that's been maintained? So no, the one that's beat up, yeah, you can get it real cheap. When you have money, you can invest in it. This is the reason why when they gentrify the neighborhood, they want to get rid of all the people that are there, even the good people that are decent and hardworking. You have to go too. Why? Because you're guilty by assimilation. They want to get rid of everyone that's there. Get you out. They start with a clean slate. No one can build when you have men like this running around. No one can build when there's a bunch of crime. It's not worth it. It's counterproductive. Okay? But this right here, oh yeah, the dust. They contribute a lot to the dysfunction of the community. So check out this brief clip. Again, shout out to K Sunshine who sent this. Absolutely just horrible. Fair use.
Says this man, 35-year-old Justin Evans, impersonated a police officer. Just before midnight on August 9th, the sheriff's office says he was driving a 2016 Chevy Malibu with LED lights and started to follow a car with 3 women inside from the Bull convenience store on 42nd Street in Tampa. HCSO says he pulled them over and approached their car wearing dark clothing and identified himself as a law enforcement officer conducting a narcotics investigation. In an interview provided by the Sheriff's Department, Sheriff Chad Cronister talked about the crime.
It's extremely disturbing that anyone would take advantage of the trust our community has in law enforcement by pretending to be a law enforcement officer.
HCSO says Evans made all 3 women get out of the car and put their hands on the hood while he searched their bodies. Investigators say Evans told one of the victims, a 27-year-old, that she was under arrest, so he tied her hands behind her back with a zip tie, put her in the back seat of his car, then drove her to a nearby apartment complex where he raped her.
A false arrest is bad enough, but sexually battering that victim only heightened our urgency in arresting this individual.
Evans drove her back to where he stopped her vehicle. Then the victim called 911 to report the rape. And the next day, HCSO says his Chevy Malibu was spotted in Wesley Chapel. HCSO had eyes in the sky following him with their helicopter.
Doors coming open, driver's getting out.
He realizes he's being followed, then takes off.
He's running northbound.
Officers catch him and arrest him. Evans is in Pasco County Jail facing a slew of charges. Sheriff Chad Cronister urges anyone who recognizes Evans or has seen his car to come forward. Justin Matthews, Fox 13 News. following him.
You see that? You saw that? Now, here's the thing about the Dusty. Keep in mind, I've seen this on different channels, especially women channels. Cynthia G, and they'll have this on here where the Dusty will say, "Oh no, we all got to be together. This can't be black men. This got to be the black women too." Have you noticed though, when it comes to doing something derelict and evil, and especially toward women, the Dusty knows how to get creative. Notice here they talked about how he was able to get those lights. So think, his evil mind he was able to, see this here? He came up with an idea, not to build, but to hurt and destroy. So he came up with an idea to go ahead and get these lights, put it on his corridor clothing. He planned this. To me, that has all the implications of planning. So don't come telling me hearing this dusty ass line or what they can't do. They can do what they want to do. Let's face it, mammies, you don't want to face it. They want to destroy. You can coddle all you want to. They want to destroy. So think, even though he's ignorant, to me, he is not deserving of life. He doesn't deserve to breathe. That's my opinion. He sat down, or whatever the heck he did. He used his brain to think of a way to accomplish an evil task. If he can do that, he can think of a way to do something positive. But he chose evil. Took the time and energy to think, okay, get these lights, put them on the car, then wore an all dark uniform, and then I'll pull this stunt. If he can have time and energy to put into an evil thought, he can have time and energy to put into something productive, but they choose not to. Again, I keep saying, no more excuses. There are no more excuses for these Dusties. He don't have any money. He don't have a job. No more excuses. Because we know, no matter what, in this community. Now, if you're that black dude, and I've seen this, you want to go to school, that black man, or you're working, you want to do a business, it would be really great if you could maybe stay with family and not pay rent while you do go to work and invest in your business. Good luck, son. It ain't happening. They'll be looking at you crazy. And we already know it's like 10 times that for the black woman. You don't have a chance. You're on your own. That's it. You got to make it happen. And that's fine, because you are making it happen. So there's no excuse. This dust bucket, a mammy, be it his mama, grandmama's girlfriend, his auntie, these mammies going to take care of him. They're going to make sure he's got a place to eat, sleep, lay his head. He can drive their car while they're working. Notice, these Dusties are committing these crimes. They're not in some old broke down 1975 70-some truck. Oh no, they rolling in the latest model vehicle. More than likely, I'm willing to bet you that's some woman's vehicle. Stop and think about it. Run the license plate, check on it. Some woman's vehicle. Look at the first 48. 9 times out of 10, from what I've seen, when they find these Dusties, he's in a dwelling, a house, an apartment, and it's from who? A woman, his mama, grandmama, baby mama. Dusties. This here, the word is already out, and I hate to say it. The word is out on these dusty black men. I'm sorry. The word is out. We've been told this before, I believe, by the white society, the dominant society, and we didn't want to believe it, about the danger. We're like, oh, that is profiling. And sometimes, of course, they are profiling. Racism does exist. Let's not get it twisted. But they've been saying for decades about the danger, and we don't want to face it, but it's here. No excuses. It's here. No excuses. This here, no one's trying to invest in these Dusties, but they're investing in black women. You have to understand, ladies, that's going to bring a lot of hatred. These Dusties have no power. And when they had power, they didn't know how to handle it. Look at the Moors. Okay, the Moors in Europe. We know how that would done. If not, go check it out. These Dusties, no one's trying to invest in these dust buckets because they know it's a waste of time. It's not worth it. It's a bad investment. Okay? They are investing, however, in black women. And I'm tired of hearing, don't have me this loud excuse about, oh, well, the white man. Well, the white men that are doing it, they already see. They're business oriented. They see who to invest in and who not to. And you know what it is, Dusty? It's not because, oh, you're just a black man. It's because of your behavior. You have been studied and found to be a derelict. Ask Goldman Sachs. The research shows that they want to propel the community, close the wealth gap. They can't depend on the man because your actions, whether they have money or not, you give them money, it's going to probably end up in a strip club, or it'll end up into the hands of other women, other races of women, which in turn will turn around and take that money and give it to other men, other communities. So my point is, these Dusties are thirsty for power. It's not going to happen. They are done. So the only power that they can exert is the power, I think, over women and children, and it'll be in a way of violence. Okay? This is about power. He has no power. So all they can do is try to get it off women. Try to hurt you. I can use my power to try and hurt you, try to debase you. Guess what? You can do it all day long. I hope you become a hashtag. If you do, I have no sympathies. But guess what? The women in the community, they still will not be considered as debased and low as you. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. No. The video I did yesterday, really quick, and someone put in the comments, oh, this guy is like a CEO. Of course, darling, he's been a CEO. Yes, he's been a CEO. Exactly. Yeah, he's been there, done that. Okay, flying on jets and all that kind of thing. I'll say this, and he knows about my personal life. When do you see black men get into a relationship with a non-black woman, but still, let's say, oh, we just happen to fall in love and still try to do for the black community? Very few. And sometimes when they do, it's only because they have so much money and it's the pressure. Michael Jordan, how long did it take? And then he turned around. He gave, well, I think was it $1 million to a movement, I think, for black people, and then he gave $1 million also to the police union, I believe. I remember reading that. A lot of times it's due to pressure, but very few oftentimes you do that. Black women get involved in relationships with men of the dominant society, and they have money. A lot of times they do a lot of things to help. Look at Melanie Hobson. A lot of times they do a lot of things to help. So I want to mention this here. Yesterday we did the video, like I said, of course he's been a CEO. He's traveling out of town, but check this out. He said, listen, me as a black woman, and of course been in interracial relationships, that's who I am. I'm a black woman, and so I'm about propelling black women. And I talk about those things. I know a lot of black men, when they in interracial relationships, they enter interracial relationships, a lot of times they try to distance themselves, like you want to be the special Negro, and you're not. They want to be the special Negro and try to put black women down. I've noticed that. I really have. It's like, wow, you're trying to run away from blackness. Negro, you still black. Honestly and truly, stand up, you and Becky, side by side, and let them use the N word. And who they're going to look at? They're going to know it's not her. They're going to look at you. So this is just one of my observations. But I talk about issues that are important to me, and I talk about things as a black woman. And so I was just saying how a lot of black women, they do. And I used to kind of think that, I'm like, man, well, what happened? They just, you gotta do better. But people that are on welfare, black women have a lot of flack, like, oh, welfare queen, yada yada yada. With the welfare queens, went ahead and just said, hey, I'm gonna drop the kids off with their dad. We know how that's gonna turn out. Those kids, child, the orphanage will be full, overflowing. That somebody might end up, I hate to say, at the ME's office on a cold slab waiting on these fools. So anyway, are these derelict fathers, these absentee fathers. So anyway, I said, yeah, that's a lot of women. They are on this assistance program because they needed to survive. They cannot depend on the man. That's the deal. They can't depend on the man. So I get a text and I get a call, and it's like, call me ASAP. My flight is leaving, yada, yada, yada. Guess what he comes up with? The same one I did the video yesterday. OWG, I call old white guy moments. And he's talking about, the importance of investing. He's like, I want to make some calls. What do you think? Maybe you can check it out on your blog and see what the young black women think. And I'm like, what is it about? And he goes, they're going to be bringing in, which is why I want to say it's very important to keep up with these current affairs, okay? What's going on in Afghanistan is very, very important. He says they're going to be bringing in, a lot of these people in from different countries. Yeah, I understand that. And he says a lot of black women, as you're telling me, they get a lot of flack for being on welfare. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, it's, yeah, they do. And he said, well, if they've been in the system for quite some time, they have knowledge as to how the welfare program works. Yes, they do. If they're on it, they know what all this stuff means, different things about it. Yeah. So he says, I'm going to make some calls and I'm going to see about trying to he's like, what do you think? Would they be interested? I need some women that know how welfare works. I'm like, well, I don't know who all the audience is. I mean, like, personally, this is the internet. And he says, maybe they can reach out to you and let you know what they think. You know what he's saying to do? He said, I have a good idea. Since you're about empowering black women and trying to help, he said, we need to get some women because they always want to get a negative vibe toward women on welfare. And he said we need to get some women who are very savvy. They know how the program works on welfare, and maybe we can try to set up a consultant. And he gave me a certain name to it. What to call it? Try and set up a consulting business. Well, guess what? We can have black women who are currently on welfare, and as they're bringing other individuals into the country, try to set it up, even if it's just by Zoom, where they can say, okay, in America, we have a welfare system. These are the programs that they're offering, and let the women pretty much give their account on how to navigate it. Then he says, I know you're wondering about as far as like, if they start making money, how we don't want them to lose the welfare benefits. He's like, yep, I'm going to speak with them, see what I can find out, if we can get this program going. And if they want to go ahead and get started, be a part of it, we can go ahead and say, okay, we've made so much money off this here, we're going to defer the compensation, and then maybe at that point get with accountants. I don't know if get with accountants and try to see how they can still receive compensation for this, but at the same time not lose their benefits. Because in business you might can make some money for a couple of months. We don't want somebody to make some money and then not qualify for the current system, and then, oh my gosh, need to get back on. So we don't want a financial disaster. But my point is this here, is that black women, I beg of you, please, if I gotta get on my hands and knees, you have to see there's a new society out there. In the black community, I am sorry to say, collectively, we are not appreciated. Now, they depend on us. Black mama, oh, daddy, granddaddy, oh yeah, brother, cousin, they depend on us, but we're not appreciated. Our hard work is not appreciated. So you need to understand that other cultures see that. They're not saying, oh, these old hood rat women, these old hood rat nothing. You're gonna hear that from your own. Just to keep it real. That's who's coming up with the negative energy, your own. So this right here, this is what this guy is coming up with. He's like, yeah, we need to go ahead and start something of that nature. So he's on a flight traveling elsewhere. He gave me something to check into. I said, okay, I have a busy schedule for today, but I will definitely check into it. He wants to go ahead and make sure, hey, and think about it. If anybody, you can consult. You can be on a welfare system and you know what the programs are, how to navigate those. Well, if you tell somebody else, you're probably in your hood consulting for free and not getting paid. And you don't even know it. You're just telling, oh, girl, yeah, they got this program and that program. Girl, you're behind this consultant. Where's your check? So you hang around money and you see there's opportunity everywhere. Everywhere. So this here, ladies, let me know, but I just want you to know that's how people at the top, a lot of people, and I don't mean somebody that, we're talking, this person I had on, this is the kind of person in business, he's flying on jets. You understand? They're making business decisions, not like these Dusties telling me what didn't happen. Shut your dusty behind up. I don't live in dust. When I was saying what a rich white man said, oh no, that didn't happen because he would go to his supervisor. Fool, supervisor. Oh gosh, when I saw those comments from those dusters, I was like, let me just stop. These men are these men, they, oh my God, we're not even on a child. You can't relate. That didn't happen about the black, it was about the Cynthia G video when I was saying Dusties, how they messed it up. That didn't happen because they would send a letter. Fool, what are you talking about? A letter, a supervisor. What are you talking about? I said, oh my gosh, these guys were so dumb. The business deals go on the jets while they're talking on the golf course. When they get to the boardroom, fool, the deal is already done. That's just for that's just for show. The deal was done while they were on the jet talking and on the golf course at the country club. When I said that to my, that didn't help him. That was Cynthia G. He wouldn't dare say that he'd be sued, his supervisor. And I was like, oh my gosh, sad. These Dusties are dumb. Sometimes just shut your mouth. What did the man say? Sometimes it's just best to keep your mouth closed and maybe look done instead of opening it and confirming it. So you open your mouth and you confirm how dumb a supervisor. Fool, what supervisor you know is riding on the jet? Are you kidding me? A supervisor, it's like, oh my gosh, it's really dumb. I can't. So, ladies, I want you to know that was something that came up with bringing the refugees in here. He said, hey, we can maybe get some women who know about the welfare programs and try to set it up. Well, guess what? They can consult. And you don't even know it. You consulting every day. When you got that dust bucket sitting up there needing your debit card in your car, you consulting every day telling him what to do. Maybe run an errand. So you know about these programs. Give me a shout out on the email if you think it's going to be a good idea. So maybe we can try to get some women. Yes, some of the welfare queens, honey, don't be embarrassed, because if your man was a real man, you wouldn't be on it. Let's get that really clear. Okay. So that right there, if you think it's a good idea, let me know. I'll send the information and, to see what feedback I receive back. But let me know if you think it's a good idea, because you can then pretty much, communicate or give your ideas or explain, pretty much consult. Okay, you're new to the country has these programs, here's how you navigate those programs. Okay, so a thought. Anyway, anybody see this Dusty character? I believe he was arrested in Tampa. He could have been anywhere in Florida. Turn him in so they can stack the charges up. It is best that he does not see the light of day. Turn him in. If you know of any other victims, if you even think he breathed wrong, you get what I'm saying? Because more than likely, this ain't the first time. This is just the time he probably got caught. Okay? So it's about power. Ladies in the community, the word is out who the hard workers are. A lot of these men, these dust buckets, they are angry. They are angry and mad. And they're afraid of another man. They're afraid of other men, real men. They're even afraid of intelligent black men in the community, because they know they're going to get that hand. They're going to catch those hands. So what they can do, only thing they can do is try to exert their power, which is very limited. It's all consumed by violence. They can only try and exert it off the women and children. Poor excuse for a human being. And if he has a mammy, this is what you raised, you and your man, a piece of trash. Anyway, thanks for watching. This guy is so worthy of becoming a hashtag. But like I said, I hope when he gets in jail, he'll know what's up. Oh yeah, he'll know. That's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. I'm out. Ladies, stay safe again. That about the welfare. I had never thought about that, but that was presented to me. Let me know what you guys think. If you can try to consult some of these refugees that are coming into the country one-on-one. Okay? Let me know what you think. I'm out. Thanks.